everyone, welcome back. Today we are doing another Shop My Stash. It's been 2 weeks since my last one. I will leave a link to my last one down below, and today we are going to do my next one. So I'm pretty excited. I've made some really good progress on some of my products. I'm not switching everything out. I still have a lot of stuff in project pans, but I think I'm switching out more this time than I was last time. And then there's like some other stuff that's been added throughout the 2 weeks because I've used some stuff up. So this is what the basket is looking right now. It's still a lot of pink because I'm still doing the 50 Shades of Project Pink, which I will also leave linked down below in case you're interested. And I think we're just gonna jump in. I am really excited about some of the progress that I've made. I've got to try to kind of like get this stuff going here. And yeah, so we're just gonna jump into this today. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more of me. And let me know in the comments down below what you guys are using. And are you guys doing weekly makeup baskets? Like if you are, let me know what's in your weekly makeup basket because I'm very into this. I'm very into this. I'm gonna start with skincare just because it's the most like semi-boring-ish. Ooh, I'm still using the Kopari Coconut Rose Toner. I believe this is what I was using for the last couple of weeks, or like the last Shop My Stash. Still using this because it's in my project pan. I'm trying to use it up. For moisturizer, I've been using the Good Molecules Silicone Free Priming Moisturizer. This one is so close to being done. Like, I don't even know if I have enough for like a full use in there. So I'm switching it over. I'm going to finish this up, but obviously this won't take me 2 full weeks to finish up. So I picked out a replacement already. I'm going to replace it with this little travel size of the Pacifica Dreamy Youth Day and Night Face Cream. I don't think I've tried this one yet. I'm pretty excited about it though. I really like Pacifica products and I've had this for a while. It still has the damn seal on it and it's gotta go at this point, you know what I mean? Skincare is a little bit different than everything else because skincare doesn't get switched out every 2 weeks. Skincare I use until it's used up. So I'm excited to finally move on to a new moisturizer. And then for eye cream, I used up the eye cream that I had. I don't remember which one it was, but I switched to the Balance Me 100% Natural Wonder Eye Cream, which this is not a full size either. This is like a little travel size, and I don't think there's a whole lot in here. I honestly don't think it's going to last me the full 2 weeks. It might. I'm not 100% sure, and if it doesn't, then I'll switch it over when it runs out, but I don't remember where I got this from. It's a pretty decent eye cream though. I've been enjoying it, and that's what I'm going to take over into the next week. And then also the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. I really like this, and I have used up quite a bit of this considering I've only been using it for a couple of weeks. I was using that Ole Henriksen, like the Truth spray, the Truth facial spray, something like that, and that spray went much slower than this one is. Like, I haven't used up a whole lot, but the usage is there, whereas that Ole Henriksen one I was using for months. So hopefully I'll be able to use this up pretty quickly, and I actually have been really liking this. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the products that do end up getting switched out. For color corrector, I have been using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid in pink. This one I am taking into the next round as well. I've made really good progress on this though. I had to take out the stopper, which I'm really excited about. I'm having a really hard time getting product out. So I'm thinking that this won't last too much longer. And I'm starting a new project pan on Instagram, Panning Emotions. I'll have a post up on that soon on my Instagram, which is linked down below. But I have another color corrector that I'm going to put into that project. So once this is done, I'll probably just move that one into my weekly makeup basket. I'm hoping that this will be done soon though. I had to take the stopper out. I can see so much like empty spaces, and I don't like, even just like looking into the tube, I don't think there's much product left in there at all. So I'm hoping this will be done rather quickly. For foundation I am switching out. This is what I had been using, the Marcelle Flawless Light Infused Foundation in Ivory. I actually really liked this. I got this so dirty. I picked this up from a Birchbox sale, and it was a really good foundation. It's what I'm wearing today. I actually really enjoyed this. I don't know how much I used of it, but you can definitely see some like blank spaces on the walls, even like so far down here. I was using that Too Faced Do You that was in my 50 Shades of Pink project pan. I ended up using that, I think like the day after my last Shop My Stash, so I've been using this for almost 2 weeks straight. And foundation, typically if I use it from the get-go, typically lasts me like 1 to 2 months for a bottle. I don't know if that's normal or not. Is that normal? I don't know. But this is not a full fluid ounce either. It's 0.91 fluid ounces. My point is that if I made it down to about right here in the bottle, I wouldn't be surprised because that would be right about on par with how quickly I use up foundations. I use a lot of foundation though. But this is going to go back into my stash, and I'm going to switch over to a new foundation. I used the random number generator to pick this out, but this is the Wander Beauty Nude Illusion Liquid Foundation in Fair. I'm pretty sure I have not used this yet. There's still like a sticker seal. This is fairly new to my collection. I got this within the last couple of months, and I want to say it was from Ipsy. It was either from Ipsy or BoxyCharm, and I remember that because I was so excited. Because they don't normally send out foundations, and I can't remember if this was like in a box. Ooh, I did not know that had a wand. Yeah, I'm really excited about this though. I've been wanting to try this one since I got it, and I haven't. I've been holding off, and it actually came up in my random number generator for this week, and I'm really pumped about that. I cannot wait to try it. I've heard pretty good things about it, so hopefully that works out nicely for me. For primer, because I completely skipped over that, I've brought in a couple of new primers. I used up the Touch in Sol Glassy Skin Balm, so I brought in a couple of new ones from projects. The NYX Honey Do Me Up. This is from the Harry Potter project pan. I have not used this yet. I just finished up that Touch in Sol one. And then from the Slaughter Your Samples project pan, I have the Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later Mattifying Face Primer, a little teensy mini. And then I also have a Smashbox Primer Water that's part of the 50 Shades of Pink project pan. So I've got a lot of primers to choose from. I'm just trying to work my way through them. I'm really happy with how quickly I've been going through face products this year. It's kind of scary a little bit because I've never paid attention, and to see them all is kind of whew, but here we go. For concealer, the past couple of weeks I've been using the Hey Honey Trick and Treat Concealer in light to medium. I actually really liked this too. I don't know why my hair keeps doing this. This is kind of annoying me though. I actually really liked this too. It's a bit thicker, and I would just put it under my eyes, and that would be like, I would do like a little swoop under my eyes, and that would be enough to like blend out to pretty much anywhere I wanted it to go. I did like this though. The color match was great. I really did like how it felt on my skin, and even though it was like a thicker concealer, it didn't feel heavy on the skin. So I did really enjoy that, but for now that is going back into my stash. And I did the random number generator, and I came up with this, the Tarte Shape Tape. This is my fair shade. I have this in 2 different shades, and this is what I'll be using. I don't remember which one I had been using for like a month the last couple of times. I have a lot of concealers, and yet for whatever reason my random number generator really likes these Tarte ones. But one of them, it may have been this one, is like really close to being done, so I'm gonna use this one though. I love these concealers, so I am okay with that. For powder, I finished off that Too Faced Peach Blur powder. I'm so excited. I will be talking about that in my next 50 Shades of Pink Project Pan update, but I completely finished that. That is gone. So I needed something for the rest of the week after I finished that, so I switched over to the Beauty Bakerie Flower Setting Powder. This is a loose powder. I've been enjoying this. I only wore it for a few days, but I have been enjoying it. It's a good powder. I bought this based because I had tried a sample of it. I really should do one of those videos, like products that I bought based on the samples that I got in subscription boxes or whatever it is. This was really nice though. I'm switching over for the next couple of weeks to the Catrice Cosmetics Prime and Fine. This is the mattifying powder. This one I have already hit pan in. I also want to do a video on all of like the random things in my collection that I've hit pan in. Let me know down below if any of these interest you whatsoever. But I have been really enjoying this. I've used this obviously a lot in the past. I actually have a backup of this because it's a really great cruelty-free, inexpensive powder. I keep wanting to say primer now, but it is actually really nice, and I really do like this. I'm kind of sad to see this one go because I've been really enjoying this over the last couple of weeks, but I'm really happy to try to make more progress on that pan. I cannot wait to see where I am with that in the next couple of weeks. So I've been using, this is so dirty, this is the Trestique Color and Contour Cheek Stick in Brazilian Bronze. I don't even know how much is left in this. This is really slow going. I feel like I've been using this forever, and it's just so freaking slow. But this one I have actually really liked. It's a very nice light contour, and then it comes with a brush to like buff it all in. This is not the brush that I use. I use a beauty blender to buff it in. But I have used the brush before, obviously, and I did really like it. This is nice. I did the random number generator because I don't have very many cream contours. I only have 3, including the Trestique. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce the name. It's U-O-M-A. I've been seeing this brand a lot lately because of the Black Lives Matter movement. A lot more Black-owned makeup brands are kind of popping up, and I'm loving that. So I picked up a few products from this brand. This is the Double Take Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick. So this has the cream contour on one side, and this is just, I mean, it's such a great color. It looks like there's actually some gray tones in it. And then it also has a really beautiful like cream highlight, which I'm pretty excited about using this. I have not tried this yet. I got this and then I put it into my collection because I figured that this would pop up sooner rather than later, just because I only have 3 cream contours, but I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to try out this in the upcoming weeks. And then for cream blush, I was using the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek and Simply Sweet from the Bitti collection. This is that one that like, this is so, ugh. But I really like this blush. This is the one that I'm moving into the next couple of weeks because this isn't a project pan. I'm making really good progress on it. I still have a little pan in there and the edges are really going down. I think on my last update I said you can kind of see the outer rim of the pan there. Now you can see it even more, which I love. But I've been doing really well with this cream blush. I've been using it every freaking day. I'm kind of getting tired of it, but I'm hoping to have some really good progress here soon because I've been using it for so long. But I do really like it. It's a beautiful shade. I really honestly enjoyed this entire collection. And when I first saw this collection, I was like, man, that's kind of boring. But I really did enjoy like everything that I've tried from that collection so far. And then for cream highlight, I was using that little mini Cover FX custom cover drops, like the little sample. That was in my Slaughter Your Samples project. I used that up and I wanted to bring in, because I have a couple more cream highlight minis in my collection. I wanted to bring a couple more of those in that project pan, so I brought in this one. This is the Marc Jacobs Coconut Gel Highlighter Dewdrops in Do You. Obviously, I don't know how well you can see that, but it is almost empty. So I'm hoping that by the end of the 2 weeks, this will also be out. This one I've used this for so long, like prior to starting the Slaughter Your Samples project pan, and there wasn't much in this when I grabbed it. I've only used this a couple of days and it was almost empty to begin with. So I'm excited because I really want to move this out of my collection, but this is so beautiful on the skin. I'm excited about that. Okay, now moving back into powder products. For bronzers, I have 2 that are in project pans. The Wander Beauty Trip to Costa Rica, which is in the 50 Shades of Pink project pan, and then my Hourglass Ambient Luminous Bronze Light, which is in my Slaughter Your Samples project pan. Last update, I had said that I was going to start focusing more on the Hourglass because I had been using the Wander Beauty. I had a pretty nice dip in it, and I wanted to make sure I was using both of them because I'm currently working to use both of them up completely. The Wander Beauty one, I've used a couple more times, but I have actually taken most of my focus to this. I will say this used to be my favorite bronzer. The Wander Beauty one, really, like, it's just, I think, a better fit for my skin tone. This is a bit darker almost. And I don't know if it's because of the swirls or what, but I honestly like the way the Wander Beauty looks better on my skin tone. It just looks more natural. I'm wearing this one today, but I've had a really hard time blending this out. As you may have seen in like my last couple of videos. I don't know why, but I think I like this one a little bit. But I've been making pretty good progress on this. The dome part is almost all the way gone. There's a little bit of a ridge right there, but it's almost completely flattened, which is really good because that little dome is like, oh, the worst part to me of panning. For blush, I'm still working on this little guy. This is the Ciate London Pinch Me Blush. This is a little mini. It's in my Slaughter Your Samples. I'm taking this into the next couple weeks as well. I have made some more progress on this. I'm also kind of flattening out that piece right there. Last update, I had a little chunk that was missing. This update, I have 2 little chunks that are missing. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I really don't. But now I just have like this nice little stripe down the middle that is becoming flattened out due to my use. And I will say I love this blush. Like, I'm not even getting tired of it yet, which is really big for me because I've been using this for months and I normally get tired a lot faster than this. And I'm actually really enjoying this. So I'm going to take this in with me to the next round. I'm really hoping to finish it up soon. There's still so much damn product left. You're going to end up seeing this blush a lot, even more so than you already have been. Okay. For highlights, I have 2. The Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Charming Pink. This is part of the 50 Shades of Pink project pan. I am going hard for this project pan, you guys. This is the one that I've been using for the most part. I'll get to that in just a second though. And this was one of those baked ones that had a dome. I got past the dome and now I've got a really great pan in there. I go through highlights really, really quickly, so I'm hoping This will be done relatively soon. Maybe not in the next 2 weeks, maybe though, because as it starts to get to the rim, it starts to flake out. And I'm not a big fan of repressing. I might end up repressing this though. It's a beautiful highlight. I'm not super into like the pink highlights. I like the champagne-y or I like the champagne-y highlights the most, but this is actually gorgeous. It's what I'm wearing today. I have really been enjoying it. Now as far as the other one goes, I'm taking this one into the next 2 weeks, by the way. As far as the other one goes, in my Slaughter Your Samples project pan, by the way, I only post those updates on Instagram. So if you're interested in what I'm talking about, check it out on Instagram. My handle will be down below. So in that project pan though, I had used up a mini Becca Skin Perfector press. I don't remember what shade it was, but I went ahead, I used up a few more products in between now and then actually, and then I decided to go ahead and bring in another one. This is another Becca mini. This is an opal. I've used this a couple of times just to kind of get a feel for it. It's so pretty. But this is what I'll also be taking in the next couple of weeks because I want to focus on these highlights. So hopefully I'll make some progress in some of them. I will say I think that the other Becca mini took me maybe a month to use up. I use a lot of highlight, y'all. A lot. I'm very heavy-handed with it, but I'm hoping that I can finish that one up at some point. We have eye products. So I'm going to talk about eyeliners really quick. Last week I used the Colourpop BFF Cream Gel Liner in DTLA. This is in my Harry Potter project pan. So I'll still be using this, and ideally I'll be able to finish this up soon. Like I said, I've talked about this in the last Harry Potter project pan update. I have no idea how much is left in this. I don't. But this is moving forward into the next project pan. And then for liquid liner, I was using the NYX Vivid Brights in Vivid Sapphire. This is a bright-ass blue liquid liner. Here's the thing. I actually do really like this. I am really glad to be done with it though because I've been using the freaking Huda Beauty Neon Pink Obsessions eyeshadow palette, and that's my Pan That palette. It's in a project pan. I'm trying to use it up, and there is so much pink in that though, and I'm so exhausted of trying to figure out a way to get a look that I can incorporate both into, and it's just, ugh. And this is starting to get kind of clumpy. I don't know if it's, I just cracked the freaking lid. Okay, so I'm either gonna figure out a way to depot this, or I'm gonna go ahead and toss it because it's already starting to get clumpy, and that's gonna let air in. Yep, okay, we'll come back to that. I will post whatever I plan on doing with that on Instagram once I figure it out. But for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to bring in, this is the Araceli Perfectos Liquid Eyeliner in Night. This is a new one from Ipsy. I'm really excited about it. It's just a straight up black. I'm excited to finally have a black liquid liner black. I'm just so excited not to have to deal with crazy, crazy colors because I think my eyeshadows have been crazy enough a little bit. For eye primer, I was using the Morphe Eyelid Primer in Translucent. I actually really liked this. I'm making some progress. You've got a little bit of air in the tube now. I actually really liked this though. The Too Faced Shadow Insurance is what this reminds me of. Really good. I actually do really like it. I'm excited to use it again in the future. But for the next couple of weeks, this is one of those times where I'm like, why did I keep this? Because I really don't like it. But at this point, I'm just so frustrated I don't want to use it up. The Balm Batter Up Eyeshadow Stick in Slugger. Here's the issue. It's like a really dark purple. I'm not super into that. So what I typically do with these is put them on my eyes, but then like really sheer them out. So I don't even know if it's working as like an eyelid primer anymore. It's like more of a cream shadow stick, but it's so damn dark. I don't know. I don't know if I should keep using these, if I should just declutter them. I mean, they're getting pretty old now anyways, and there's so much product in here. But the passive aggressive part of me wants me to have to use them up because I was so excited when I got them. I don't know, you guys. This is what I'm using for the next couple of weeks though, so wish me luck. For eyeshadow palettes, I am still using the Heaven shade in Too Faced Natural Love. It's the only shade that I'm currently focusing on. I am so close to being done with it. I actually hit Pan and Spotlight, but that was a little while ago. But Heaven, I'm almost done with it. I'm using that because that is in my 20 and 2020 project pan. And then my Pan That palette is obviously the Huda Beauty Neon Pink Obsessions. I have hit 3 pans in this. By the time this goes up, I should have an update for Pan That palette on Instagram if you want like close-ups or whatever, but I have hit pan in 3 shades, including one of the matte shades, which I really actually like this shade. I've become very close with this shade. It's a really good shade. I've got some dips going, obviously, in the other glitters, and then also in a couple of the matte shades. This purple right here has a pretty good dip in it, and then the rest of them, they're so, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But I have been wearing this like non-stop. I am taking this into the next 2 weeks of Shop My Stash. However, last update, I told y'all that I was probably going to need to bring in something else because it's just so much pink. So I'm going to bring in another palette. I had the random number generator to decide, and I'm just gonna bring in Juvia's Place, the Saharan. My hope is to use it in conjunction with the Huda Beauty palette because I still wanna make sure I'm using this. And I'm thinking I could probably make that work. Maybe. I'm probably not gonna use this every day, but just to get a little mix in there, you know, just so I'm okay with ever looking at another pink eyeshadow ever again because I love this palette. It's just so much all at once. But I'm hoping that that'll kind of make it a little bit easier for me, ideally. And then also in various project pans, I don't even remember where this one's from. This may have been 50 Shades of Pink. This one is 50 Shades of Pink. Anyways, I've got a couple of the Colourpop, the Super Shock Shadow, and then the Super Shock Pigment. This is from the Bitti collection. It's a Gumball. I'm actually wearing this today. I have a little pan in it, but it keeps kind of moving around because of the formula of these. I'm really liking that though. That works really great with this palette. And then also this is the Super Shock Pigment in Millennium. I've used this a couple of times. I do have a pan in this, and that's actually a beautiful shade. I'm thinking that this is going to work really well with the Juvia's Place Saharan palette. So we'll have to see. And then I also have a cream eyeshadow. This is the Cover FX Shimmer Veil in Amethyst. This one I have not taken the stopper out of, but I think I'm going to have to really soon because this is getting really difficult to get product out of as well. I've got a bunch of little gaps in there, but I've been using this quite a bit along with like this shadow or the Huda Beauty one, and they all look great together. So I've been really enjoying like making different combinations of that. All going into my next week's worth of makeup. For brow products, this is what I have been using. This is the Milani Brow Kit 02. This is so old. I really probably shouldn't, I probably shouldn't have this anymore, but I need to finish this. I've been working on this for years on and off. I finally have pans going on the brow shades, still not in the damn highlight shade, and I need to finish this. I made really good progress. This pan is brand new. I didn't have this when I first started using this 2 weeks ago, so I'm really excited about that. Here's the thing, I really love this brow kit. I don't even know if they still make this anymore, but I really like this. This was one of the first brow products I purchased. I'm trying to think back. I think, as far as I know, because it was powder. Powder brow products used to be really big. And I need to finish this up. So I'm going to put this back into my stash for right now. I'm not worried about expiration because powder products, I don't personally think they expire so much as kind of not work as well, but the pigmentation on this is still great. It hasn't changed texture. It hasn't gotten a smell, so I'm okay with still using it. And I need, for my own personal, this will go into a project pan at some point if I don't use it up within the next like 6 months or something, because there's just so much product in here. I did really like that though. I am moving on. For the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown. This is holy grail status. I actually think for the Panning Your Emotions project, this is going to be one of the items, so that means this would be on my list to use up. But I really like this. This is just such a great pencil. My only issue with these brow pencils, specifically Anastasia Beverly Hills, however, the issue happens with most other brands too. Brow pencils, I go through them so fast. A month, 2 months, gone, done. They've bitten the dust. I don't like how pricey these are for how fast you go through them, but I don't know. I'm going to use it for the next 2 weeks. We'll see how that goes. I don't know how much product is left in here. I kind of twisted it up. It looks like there's a lot. So hopefully this will get me through the 2 weeks at least. But I do love this. This is such a good brow pencil. Such a good brow pencil. I'm also still trying to use up the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner in Metalhead. This is going with me for the next 2 weeks as well. I actually just had to take the stopper out. I tried to use this today for the first time without the stopper, and it kind of got a little clumpy, if you've noticed that. But this is in my Harry Potter project pan. Hopefully that means I'm making progress. I wasn't able to get anything out with the stopper still in, and I have a ton of gaps around here. They're really hard to see though. So I'm taking this in with me. Hopefully I'll be able to use that up. There's so many pinks and purples. For mascaras, I mentioned in, I think, my last video, that Colourpop tie-dye eyeshadow try-on, which I'll link that below if you're interested. But I was talking about my mascaras, so I'm trying to work through my little minis. I opened this, the Laura Mercier Caviar Volume in glossy black up a couple weeks ago. And it's already starting to like get flaky because they've just been in that drawer for so freaking long. So I'm also bringing in the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This one is from my holiday collection, I think from last year. So hopefully this one is still good, you know? I mean, but like most of these mascaras have just been so freaking long. Okay, anyways. So I'm going to be using these two in the upcoming weeks. This is what I did use last week because I went through and cleared out a bunch of my mascaras that were starting to get flaky. So I'll be using both of these intermittently in the next couple of weeks. Okay, now we are down to lippies. I'm keeping most of my Project Pan lippies. I am swapping out my lip liner. I had been using the Illamasqua coloring pencil lip crayon in Raw. I actually really liked this. I will say I like my pencils to be really sharpened, so I typically sharpen them before every use, which obviously you use up a little bit more product that way because you're sharpening away a lot of it, but that seems to work the best for me, and that's how I get, you know, like that's just how I've always used products, so it's not like a Project Pan type thing. I just feel like it goes on a lot better when there is a sharp point. So I did make a bit of progress in this. I had to sharpen it obviously several times because I like to sharpen it. Just a little quick little twist. But I really liked this. The shade was really nice. It worked really well with the lip colors that I had in my project. So I decided to put that back in my collection for a little bit and move on to a new one. This is the Bite Beauty. This is the lip pencil in Rosy Brown. This was a mini when I started it, so I'm assuming that this was in a Project Pan or something. I remember using this though, and I remember liking it, so I'm excited to bring that back. Hopefully finish that up to get that out of my collection because it's just so freaking tiny. And I typically call them done when they are like less than the size of the cap, which is almost what's happening here. So I have a feeling I'm going to use this for the next 2 weeks and then probably toss it if it'll last me 2 weeks, because I do like to sharpen it before every use to make sure that that point is good. Got various Project Pan lippies, a little mini lipstick, a Touch and Soul lipstick, the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, and then the Lime Crime plushies. I'm just trying to use these up. So my lip products have pretty much just been a variety of these. I think I have a couple more lip products that I have like in Project Pans that I have not brought over yet because I don't want to overwhelm myself, and I feel like this is a good amount, but just trying to use those up. So those are going to stay the same. I do like the fact that I have many though, because then I don't get as bored as quickly. So that is my Shop My Stash weekly makeup basket. I need to clean this out. This is disgusting. I'm going to clean it out before I put anything back. But yeah, so let me know down below what you guys are using in the next upcoming week or two. I'm doing like a bi-weekly Shop My Stash, so it's every 2 weeks, but my brain just wants to say every week. But all of these products will be used for the next 2 weeks unless I run out of them, or I start a new Project Pan and I bring a couple more products in and then they might get switched up. But yes, let me know down below what you guys are using in the upcoming 2 weeks. How's your progress going with your Project Pans? I must say I'm doing a lot of Project Pans, but I'm making phenomenal progress. My empties are off the charts. Like, I am very proud of myself. I am going through so many freaking products, and I am saving some of them, and next year I think I might even get a little bit more in depth as far as what I've used up throughout the year. Although this year I did start with a bunch of half-used products. We'll have to see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'll catch you next time. Have a good one. Bye.